close. It just needs to get from here to there, and then the ammo will be able to do a full loop. Bam! We got tanks. So, welcome back to Factorio Midstrap. I have no idea what the series is called. I haven't even posted the first video yet. In the last episode, I just put down the blueprint for the smelter arrays for the first little bit of smelting to get us up and running. I've also waited until all the belts have been placed. We are now stockpiling belts just in the boxes. I've created a little offshoot of black science and extra belts because it was taking too long, and I required tanks. Now that I have tanks, speaking of which, I'm going to build one because the next order of operation we need to try out is expansion. I've gotten an oil outpost for the Midstrap. So our oil trains will go around, pick up the oil and go back, drop that off. You know how trains work. But in order to get this base up and running, the first train that we need up and running is the coal. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of neighbors around the coal patch that I wanted to take over, so I'm going to have to take them out in order to expand. I think that this copper patch right here will do just fine, so I've put down a little loop right there, which will eventually turn into a train stop for the copper. And then we also need iron trains and a steel train. At least one of each. The stone I'm not too worried about right now, but it is still necessary for science, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to find a nearby stone patch, probably this one, in order to take it over and, actually get some production up and running. So, in the meantime, I need to take out a whole bunch of bugs, and the only way to do that is to get started. I am so grateful for the bots, because there's no way I'd be able to handle this many bugs by myself. I have no idea how far out I'm going to have to go in order to properly protect everything, but we'll find out very soon, I suppose. That's bot number 2 down. Bot number 3, actually, I'm down to 7. Stop! No! Note to self. Bring enough materials when you're planning to build something. Otherwise you're going to have to go across the entire base in order to refuel. Or restock. I probably should have also gotten the rest of my bots. I'm not going back. Ready? Go. So all the coal trains go to the coal train stop. They empty out their things, which they're already empty, and they make their way down to here. They fill up, and they escort me back home. Unfortunately, this is going to produce a lot of pollution. Oh boy. That's going to create problems in the future, I can guarantee it. Where the hell are my train stops? You. Put one there. Put one there. Perfect. Now, take me home. That way all 3 trains can just sit and chill inside here. I probably should finish up the... Turn the manual, because I want you to take me home. I'm going to finish up the walls down here before I go. Take me home. The next train fills in its spot. This guy goes up here. The entire reason that we're starting with the coal trains is because the coal trains fuel all the other trains, at least temporarily. They go into an 8-to-8 splitter, which I've converted into a 6x6 by putting outputs 1 and 8 into inputs 1 and 8, which means the outputs should be evenly split. The coal permeates throughout the base, fueling the furnaces, fueling the trains, fueling everything. Eventually, these 3 lanes are going to back up because we have no use for coal down the bus, which means that the other lanes, such as the ones fueling the oil and the water trains, fueling the steel, iron, and copper trains, oh yeah, stone train as well, those will all fuel up before everything else. Well, before the bus fills up. Oh yeah, they go to plastic. I know exactly what this base is doing. Absolutely. Well, I think first things first, while we're doing this, we can probably let the mall be built, because that's the first thing that we want. So, line up the 250 up at the top, pop down the blueprint, all the inserters, all the machines will be in place, as well as little bits of wiring. These wirings are for the late game. I hope I remember to show you exactly what they do. But for now, everything should be able to be built, except for the requester chests, and those are fine, because those don't matter until the late game. In the meantime, it looks like everything else should be okay. I'm going to put that guy there, because he's not in the blueprint. That way, ammo will go onto the belt that leads out to the defense wall. I have the uranium ammo prioritized to go down onto that side, because all the other ammo will be on the top, uranium ammo will be on the bottom. Hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to convert the entire line to... Whoa, my microphone! Hopefully we'll be able to convert the entire line of defense into uranium ammo. You know, eventually. Right now I'm just happy to get this up and running. Clicky, 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 clicky. Clicky, clicky, clicky. Fight me again, bug-eyed bitches. Okay. Slightly more than I bargained for, slightly more than I bargained for. That's another bot, and I'm out of grenades. All I have left is my ramming ability. And my bullets. My many, many bullets. I am down to 3 bots. I'm fine. This is fine. Ram it. And run. Ha! Three bots, 50 ammo. Can I take out this other base? Let's find out after a quick save. We can try. I feel confident. Oh, I would feel much more confident if I had grenades. Okay. Nope, nope, nope. Abandon ship. Abandon ship. Abandon ship. I think that's all my bots. They're all dead. Yep. Figures that this line would still keep going. This is the line with the most strain on it, which hopefully will be lessened by the time I get everything else up and running. Okay, copper trains are being fueled. Copper furnaces are starting to be fueled. And then it goes to the stone train, and then from the stone train down to the stone furnaces. Again, everything will be fueled eventually. Now that we have the coal train up and running, I think the next outpost will be the copper, mostly just because that's convenient. And then the iron. Iron is far away. I want to go for that one just because it's in line with that. This one is being interrupted by the starter base, otherwise I might go for this. This base, because I started here, this iron might be the better bet, actually, because the enemies are much less dense there than they would be around the other places. I'm going to set up the copper first. Ooh, look at the go! Look at they go. Oh my god. English is my first language. Eventually those will all be built as soon as I get everything up and running. Copper train, I'm not willing to wait. Go. Thank you very much. Copper now permeates throughout the system. The last train that we need up and running right now, at the very least, is the iron train. I think I have decided to go for this iron, but path that I'm going to take to get there is going to piss me off more than anybody else. Oh, that's the mall book, or the mall recipe. That's supposed to belong to there. This is a horrible, horrible way to set things up. So, with right-hand rule, the trains will go around there, come up to here, and park her there. There we go. Now the iron train has 2 trains, which means I must put this much. Oops, control cut a little further back. There we go. Now that can build. I have a lot of builds, so I'm not too worried about that. I don't have any of these though. God dang it. I have 56 drills, so how far am I going to get this? Stuff. Here's a little trick that you can do. Even when using the upgrade planner, the arms will still work. So those will become fast inserters eventually. Just not right now. Go. Hopefully these things have enough fuel to actually make it to where they're supposed to get going to. He's coming. I don't have enough for radar, because of course I don't. Take me home. Oops, that's home. I'll come back with more miners, fast inserters, and probably a radar. Thank you. Iron is now making it down the belt. It's being split off down to here for batteries. It's being split off down to there for something. And then it's being split off into the main bus. Excellent. Oh, incoming iron train. Oh, get back on. Damn it. Because I'm not walking there. I'm taking the train, man. Who are you kidding? Got it. Not exactly a whole lot of iron, but I mean it's better than 0. I am 1000% gonna have to set up more than just this one iron train. Or iron outpost, rather. Because there's no way that this one will be sufficient. There we go. Good boys. Now let's boost our miners a bit. I'm curious, will they place these? It's only seeing one tile. No, they will not. That's unfortunate. Excellent. So now that is going to probably last me about an hour. I'm kidding. It's probably going to last me... It's still not very long, but point being, it's working. Let's pop down the tank, because I feel like taking out some of the neighbors. Namely this one dude right there. I'm not even going to put ammo in here. I'm just going to ram it, call it done. Thank you. Run away. Alright, Jeeves, take me home. How's that for progress? Now we got the entire smelting array going. The smelting arrays have been balanced for blue belts, so technically only enough for a red belt will actually be going until we get the red belt or the blue belts up and going. But what can you do? So now that iron is being produced, we'll start producing some of the things in the mall, as well as the next blueprint, which I hope is right here. The circuits blueprint. That should belong right there. Haha! Turn off my blueprints, or my buddies. I can get rid of the labs. The entire reason I'm able to get rid of these is because I have them saved externally. So I don't need the alignment blueprint, I don't need the logistics blueprint, don't need trains. Oh, I'm saving a lot of space. I do still need this because I have some missing recipes. Smelting step 1 can go away. I want to keep the complete smelters, except for the stone because I already have that one fully down. Circuits 2 I need to keep, and red circuits 1 I need to put down, and then I can delete. I'll line up the row ports on the side, pop that down, get rid of that. Oops, that's the trains. The mall recipe book, red circuits, low density structures, blue. Okay, I think the next thing that I need to put down would be the science, the first 4. Of course, black and blue science require the oil trains up and running and the stone train to be up and running, so we'll only really be making the red science, if I can find where it goes. Right there. So that one can go away. I always pick the wrong one. Then black and blue science, if I'm looking at this correctly, should go right there. Haha! That can go away. Because the roboports are fully covering this area, I don't see an issue with letting the robots just build that and let it go. The next thing that we need up and running would probably be oil, which is fairly simple because we already have the oil trains up and running. Now we just need to plug in the water train. Theoretically, I can tell the oil trains to get going, so I'll send 2. I'll just send 2 of them. There's no need to send more. They'll come back with water, and I'll be able to start producing things. Temporarily, I'm curious, can I do that with no repercussions? That's fancy. That means I can get plastic up and going while I get everything else up and going. Now, the water trains are special. There's going to have to be 2 outposts for them. One of them for the nuclear build, one of them for this build we have right here. Now, that means I need to gather some landfill, which hasn't been being made. That's really unfortunate. Make landfill. Oh my god, the lights! I just realized. The lights are automated. Huzzah! Circuits are automated. Huzzah! These circuits are automated, which means red circuits are automated, which means roboports are automated. Because roboports only... Oh, no, they're not automated because they need steel. Aww. At least I have red circuits on the belt. I get to witness the first couple. You're going to be a pain in my ass for the next, like, hour, aren't you? Catch a train, catch a train, catch a train! Nailed it! Go. Water. Guess we're taking the long way around. That's fine. And then that's going to cause a traffic jam. So go like that, go like that. Go like that. And hop on in. It's slow because the pump jack is slow. And it won't be a problem in the future. Or at least it shouldn't be. I don't think the oil takes up that much water. I've never had a problem with it before, and I don't expect to have a problem with it in the future, so... Huzzah! Now that I have water here, I can take this guy and put it back on those. I think the final step in all this mess is to get the stone train up and running so that more chemical plants and more oil refineries can be made automatically. I don't know if I have those actually automated. Chemical plants, I do have them automated. I just need stone in order to automate them because they take... This one just takes steel, and this one takes steel and stone. Those are the only things that I don't have up and running. Let's start with the steel because that seems to be used in more things than what I would like. And for the steel, I plan to head and put down a roundabout right here so that we can just take the iron from our starter patch and move it onto that. In the beginning, steel isn't that big of an issue, so I don't exactly care how bad, or I don't exactly care about the fact that I'm taking it from the starter bit. Ooh, we got red science up, and with that, now we got green science up. You're limited to 1, right? Yep. Take that. Okay. Here's another thing. I know that I have 20 labs here, and at the starter base I have 12, which means once I move them over I need to create at least 8 more, so 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll put those down when I get close to them next time, because I don't really care right now. All I need to do is hook up steel, stone, and I'll call it a day. . Steel train. Welcome aboard, my friend. Take me to the Midstrap. It'll take a while for the steel to back up. Iron's backed up, coal's backed up, copper's backed up. Oil and water is backed up. Then I need a stone outpost. Probably that one because it's ridiculously convenient. Maybe even that one. Nah, that one. I like that one better. I'm on a roll, so I might as well get that done right now. I need more stack inserters if I wanted to do that, though. Getting out green circuits. There. Good enough. Really couldn't care less. Alright, stone train. Take me back home. I lied. Put down a radar first. With that, I believe that's the last train I needed to automate before the base got up and running. Steel is coming down the belt at an acceptable rate. Red circuits need working, but I believe that's because plastic is lacking. Oh my god, plastic is lacking. How soon are you going to be completed? Come on! Make more! Circuit network is complete up until there, which means that you should be being picked up any second now. How many have you completed anyway? 2. Ah! And they're off. Steel needs a definite upgrade, that's for certain. Because right now, the train's not waiting behind, but it might as well be. It's so slow. But I guess that's kind of why this is the starter section. Everything is supposed to be slow. But it is functional. Which is, again, the point. Oh my god, look at that! I thought he needs bricks in order to be built, which means that for some whatever godforsaken reason, one of those was completed before anything else. Okay, well I'm going to be calling there today because the chemical plants and the refineries are going to be built eventually. I don't really feel a huge need to rush. Okay, big guys are coming now. That's entertaining. I don't feel a big rush to do anything at this second, so call the episode there. And in the next one, we'll see what we can do about getting science actually up and running. Oh!